You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
The legendary Ringling brothers in Barnum and Bailey debuts an all-new reimagined version of The Greatest Show on Earth. The iconic American brand has launched a spectacular nationwide tour that brings comedy, thrills, and artistry to children and adults of all ages. With action everywhere, audiences will see never-before-seen stunts, acrobatic displays, comedic acts, and more on a 360-degree stage. The Greatest Show on Earth returns to Southern California, beginning at the Toyota Arena in Ontario from August 9th to 11th, then moving to the Honda Center in Anaheim from August 16th to the 18th, followed by Crypto.com Arena in downtown LA from the 23rd to the 25th. In fact, before this conversation's over, we'll be giving away a family 4-pack to the Friday, August 16th, 7 p.m. show at the Honda Center. And helping us get this done is vocalist and host for The Greatest Show on Earth, Lauren Irving. Ms. Irving, thank you for stopping by this evening. How are you?
Thank you. What an introduction. It's so great to be here. Thank you so much.
I can't speak for you, but I remember seeing the legendary Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey circus almost 50 years ago. A lot has changed since then. The world has changed. Entertainment and communication have changed. Do you have any memories of what once was when it comes to The Greatest Show on Earth?
Yes. I mean, we get this a lot where we have families who come and speak with us and tell us how they remember coming to see The Greatest Show on Earth when they were a child and going with their families. I think the biggest thing for me is that I want people to know that the soul of what has always been Ringling is still there. So the show you saw 50 years ago is the same soul, but it's just reimagined. It's modernized. So we've taken those familiar acts and those iconic visuals and experiences and have reimagined them. We have modernized them and we're presenting them in a way that really fits in with the generations that are coming up now. A lot of what today is about, it's very fast paced. People like to see things quickly. So literally, the show begins and ends with a bang. It doesn't stop. There is an intermission, but it's ever changing. There's not a blackout. It's something's always moving within this incredible experience. So that's why I think it has been a success, because there's a familiarity, but just in a new way.
I know in just doing my research about you, you're from Georgia, and Georgia is a long way from Los Angeles or the bright lights of the big city when it comes to entertainment. Tell me about your personal journey, how it began, and how it has led to this moment.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Atlanta is very much different than the West Coast. Obviously, we have a lot going on with film and television now, but just in general, I was raised in Georgia. I have a family who has been such a blessing in supporting my hopes and dreams and desires in music. And they recognize how passionate I am with people. I just love people. And so after I studied vocal performance and then musical theater in college, I moved to Orlando, Florida to begin my career at Walt Disney World. So I had my foundation there and also Universal Studios. And after about 5 years in Orlando, an opportunity came to go to Universal Studios Japan. So I spent 3 years in Japan performing. And right after Japan, I had about a month off and I started work for the cruise lines. So I became a singer and performer on cruise lines. And I just feel like, of course, that just leads to one thing after another. The last contract I had was doing Six the Musical for Norwegian Cruise Lines, which is a Broadway show. They have different shows, that you can see on cruise ships. But that was an incredible opportunity. And somehow, which I give all credit and glory to God, that this opportunity came to be a part of Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey. It happened to be a manager I had at Disney. So my first job right out of college, she said, a colleague of mine is looking for someone and would you like to submit? So after a little bit of back and forth, that's how I came to be a part of the greatest show on earth. It's truly, like I just said, about music and people. Those are my two passions. So I believe this is really a sweet spot for me in my life because I'm able to have those two things meet. So I'm just blessed.
You didn't know this, but my wife and I, we go on cruises every single year, if possible, trying to hit a different continent. And when you tell me that you were performing consistently on cruise ships, I know what that's like. That is not an easy job. It is a grind. You may be doing 2 or 3 shows daily, depending on the configuration. And it's not for, I'll say this, it's not for a lot of money and it's not for a lot of fame, but there is a large degree of exposure. What did that time in your career teach you?
Thank you for acknowledging that. That is very true. It's not an easy gig. I will say because of the Norwegian Cruise Line itself, they really treated us well. So I was thankful for the conditions that I had, but it did teach me to, one, appreciate time because I actually had more downtime than most people. So I didn't have any other duties as for me. So I was able to occupy my time doing other things, working on something else. And that really made me appreciate how valuable time itself is and using my time wisely. And also just the importance of what it means to take care of the body that you have. You know, it's like with that downtime, are you going to spend it maybe staying out late and hanging out all night, not getting rest? Or are you going to take the opportunity and do what you need to do so you can be successful, have balance, travel? It taught me how much I love to travel, how much I love to see the world. And it just reinforced those things, I believe. And yeah, just to appreciate so many things about just living. But you're absolutely right. It is not for everyone. Some people try it and they don't like it. I did about 4 contracts, so I did like that experience. I loved it, actually.
I can appreciate your journey, if only because being the son of 2 music educators, I grew up experiencing musical theater in all of its facets and forms. Were you originally just exposed to it, or did you find it on your own?
Yes. And I love that you were raised by musicians. I had parents that also loved music. They didn't do it as a profession, but my mom was singing in the choir while I was in her belly. So I probably heard a lot of that. My dad would always play classical music and introduce me to different artists that just were iconic. I mean, you know, I grew up listening to, you know, of course, Whitney. My parents would play James Brown, but they would also play Chopin, and they would also, you know, allow me to hear what was going on in the world. I had a huge, vivid appreciation for different types of music. And I believe also, you know, my sister, she and I have like about a 9.5, 10-year age gap. So of course I want to copy whatever she does. And so she was into singing as well. And I believe that just organically that love for it just came and happened. And as I said, having a family and just people around you who encourage you to do that, that just led to where I am today. And they still, I mean, to this day, they're so supportive and are just such a blessing in my life for that.
My guest right now is Lauren Irving. She is the vocalist and host for the legendary Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey, which is debuting an all-new reimagined version of The Greatest Show on Earth, which is coming to Southern California next week. When we come back, we're going to be giving away tickets for August 16th show at the Honda Center, a family 4-pack. So keep it right here.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Oh, Later with Mo Kelly on KFI AM 640.
We are live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. My guest right now is Ms. Lauren Irving, who is the host and vocalist for The Greatest Show on Earth. I'm talking about the legendary Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey, which is debuting an all-new reimagined version of The Greatest Show on Earth. It's coming to Southern California, beginning at the Toyota Arena in Ontario, August 9th through 11th, then moving to the Honda Center in Anaheim from August 16th through 18th, and Crypto.com Arena in downtown LA from August 23rd through August 25th. And Ms. Irving, with that as a reintroduction, of the reimagined version of the greatest show on earth. Let me step out of the way. Tell us what people are going to see when this wonderful show comes to Southern California and reignites our imaginations.
Yes. Well, get ready to, I say be amazed, but truly that's what it is. Again, the show starts with a bang and it is just an explosion of energy. We have a cast of 75 performers from 18 different countries around the world. And you're going to see people presenting these daring feats, using their bodies to do things that, the Olympics are playing right now, but just imagine seeing that for yourself in person, acrobats, aerialists, stunts. And if you're familiar with coming to the circus or coming to Ringling, maybe when you were a child, you've seen maybe a high wire or trapeze. But for us, in reimagining it, presenting it in a modern way, we have a triangular high wire. We have a crisscross trapeze. So a triangular high wire, they're going in different directions. Again, it's like in a triangular form, 25 feet in the air. For the crisscross trapeze, for example, they're going front to back, side to side, missing each other by seconds and inches. It's just a thrilling sight to see. I'm the vocalist in the show. We also have a drummer and also someone else who does a rollabola act. We play the roles of Aria, Styx, and Knick-Knack. And we also guide along Wesley Williams. He's the Guinness World Record holder for the tallest rideable unicycle in the world. And he breaks his own record every show. So if you want to see him break his own world record every show, he's going to do it. 34.6 feet in the air. So that's taller than a 3-story building, really. It's very tall. We have a human rocket. Skylar, she shoots out of the rocket 65 miles an hour across the arena. And as you said before, 360-degree seating. There's not a bad seat in the house. We've got 3 stages. There's action on each stage. The action never stops. It's truly incredible. And it's very fast-paced, but in a good way, because it never lets you come down from that excitement and that awe. And again, we have that soul of what Ringling has always been. That's still there. It's just presented in a modern way.
When I listen to you and I see you, there is this joy in all that you're expressing. Yes, I know it's part of your profession, your vocation, but during the break, we got to talk a little bit about your invocation, some of the things that have motivated you, your path and journey. People may not know that you are a person of faith and you've been on this journey for quite some time. And I usually have space for people to talk about their faith and how it has enhanced or impacted their life. How has faith played a role in your life thus far?
It has been everything to me. I have grown up with parents who, yes, they took us to church and introduced who Christ is. As far as my personal relationship, it has grown over the years in my profession. I always say that I have been blessed to do these amazing jobs, but the job and what my purpose is being used by my Heavenly Father. So I do know, I don't believe I know for a fact that for the reasons why God has me where I am, to be used by Him has just been everything. And I think that's why I am so happy and I am so joyful, is because I know who I belong to. And I know that it is not a mistake that, those desires and loves for music and people and just this environment, it wasn't a mistake that that was put on my heart, even as a child. And I do know that God makes a way. A lot of the stereotype for someone who is in entertainment or a vocalist is that we're struggling and we're having to wait tables and I've never had to have a struggle. And I'm not saying that, if you do have a struggle, that's not a good, everyone's life is different. As for me, God has always blessed me with where I'm supposed to be and at what time. And that's just because I have said, use me for where you would have me to be. And that's exactly what He's done. It's just a full trust. It's by no chance could I have planned this for myself at all. So I just know that everything that has happened to me and that is happening, that will happen, is because of him. So I am very thankful. I give full credit to everything that I am to him. Nothing, even the talents, he's blessed me with that. The resources, he's blessed me with that. So I'm just thankful to be used by him. And that's what it is.
Let the words of our mouths and the meditation of our hearts be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, our rock and our redeemer. Now that we did that, we also have some other things we got to talk about before I let you go. There's going to be one lucky winner who's going to get a family 4-pack to the August 16th performance of The Greatest Show on Earth at the Honda Center in Anaheim. What I need you to do is give us a number between 1 and 10.
Oh, this is thrilling. I'm going to choose the number 9.
If you are caller 9, you and 3 other people, could be your family, could be friends, could be folks you don't even know, but you're going to get a family 4-pack to see The Greatest Show on Earth, which is returning to Southern California, specifically on August 16th at the Honda Center in Anaheim. I want to thank my guest, Ms. Lauren Irving, who is one of the chief vocalists and host of the legendary Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Greatest Show on Earth, which is coming back to Southern California. Ms. Irving, thank you for your talent, and also thank you for your testimony.
And thank you for this platform, and may God continue to bless you.
It's Later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app, and maybe we'll hear from the winner on the other side.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
I hope you enjoyed that conversation with Lauren Irving of Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey, The Greatest Show on Earth, which is returning to Southern California. It's going to hit specifically the Honda Center on August 16th. And going will be our winner of the family 4-pack, Kathy from Moreno Valley, and she's on the line with us. Kathy, how are you this evening? Probably better than when you called in.
Oh, yeah, baby. I am.
I'm curious. Were you able to go to see Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus years ago?
I have never been. I have not. As a child, I had to go to that lesser one that came around town, but I have not been to the big one. I am so excited.
Well, I'm excited for you, if only because I've seen some of the videos online of this reimagined event full of daredevils and acrobatics, all sorts of performances. I'm envious of you because I just give away the prizes. I don't get to go.
Oh, my God. I'm so excited. I have a 10-year-old. I'm a live-in nurse nanny for a 10-year-old little boy who has special needs, and he is going to be just, oh, my God, beside himself.
Well,
this is just the greatest gift.
I am happy for you. I always like to be able to give away prizes to people who would actually enjoy going. Now, I just have to ask you, were you happening to be listening at that moment, or were you listening for a longer period?
Every night I listen to you, Mo. I'm a night nurse, and on my way to my job, I listen to you guys every single night.
Wait a minute. You're a night nurse, so what is your shift usually from when to when?
11 to 7 at night.
Oh, wow. How do you have a life working from 11 to 7? Oh, my God.
I live at the beach in my van. I sleep at the beach in my van, and I live in a house during the day at night. Well, I live at night. I take care of my patient at night, and I live at the beach at night. During the day.
Do you have regular friends that you get to hang out with? Because your schedule would seem to be opposite theirs.
No, I am a little lonely. Truth be told, it's a lonely job.
It seems like it would be, but obviously you have a great disposition and a way to approach it. Now, how many patients, I want to get really in your business, how many patients do you usually see?
No, just one. I'm a
just
private
one.
duty.
Okay.
I take care, yeah, just one. Yeah, I take care of the child so the parents can sleep at night. The patient's on ventilators. Yeah, in the home. I'm a nurse in the home, so the parents can sleep at home, and I take care of the child during the night.
Well, that is a beautiful thing. I don't think anyone is cut out to do that. When did you know that was for you? That was your calling?
Oh, I've been doing about 5 years now. I love it. Yeah, I went from corporate nursing to one-on-one home health, and it's just a game changer.
Now, I have a number of friends who are registered nurses at Long Beach Memorial and other places, cardiac care, and I hear about some of the horror stories of the job itself and the industry and how it can be so very difficult for a number of reasons. But I hear home health is much more doable.
It is, and it's satisfying because it's just one person. Yeah, in the hospital, you have so many people and so many other things to juggle. Well, yeah, it's different.
Well, I'm out of your life now, but I know you're going to be going to Ringling Brothers, Barnum, and Bailey. You've told us at least one person you're taking. Do you know who else you're going to take? Because I'm quite sure somebody who knows you is hearing this conversation, and they probably want to know if you're going to take him or her or them. You know I'm right.
It's the parents of the child. It's the parents of the child that I live with.
Okay,
okay. The whole family's going.
Yeah, that would have been awkward if you didn't. You've just taken a child. You guys have to stay here. No.
No, and actually, I'm going to get a special place for the wheelchair. So you guys are awesome. I love you so much.
Well, we love you too, Kathy. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for listening to us each and every night. And please, if you can, send us a message, reach out to us, let us know how it went, and we bring you back on so we can get all the information because I don't get to go, and I'm curious, and I would love to go. So I have to live vicariously through you.
I will tell you all about it.
Well, Kathy, congratulations. Have a great night, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you so much, Mo.
You're most welcome.
Love KFI.
It's Later with Mo Kelly. When we come back, we'll check in with George Norrie, Coast to Coast AM, and see what he has brewing for tonight's show. KFI AM 640. It's Later with Mo Kelly. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Be sure to check out the podcast. It's always funny because of me. Mark Runner contributes just a little bit.
Oh, no, it's all you, Chief.
Thank you very much. Feed me. Feed my ego. Feed it.
Do you need more?
Yeah, it's always hungry.
Maybe George can give you more.
Okay, we'll find out. Coming up in just a few moments will be Coast to Coast AM with the George Norrie, who joins me right now. Good evening, sir.
Hello, King Kelly.
Well done.
Don't humor him.
Need I say anything more? But on the show tonight, we're going to talk about a computer program that predicts the future, and then we'll have a little fun on Coast to Coast.
Okay. All right. But are you going to mention me at all? Are you going to do anything for my ego on your show?
Yes, my liege.
He's got your number.
Goodbye, George. Oh, boy. That George Norrie, I tell you. I have some very busy days, and today was one of them, doing some interviews for KTLA, and also did an interview with Meghan McCain for her podcast, Citizen McCain. And then I came here to do the show. It's a lot going on. So if you check out Citizen McCain, you'll find me on with Meghan McCain, longtime friend, and just some KTLA interviews of me floating around. Mark Runner, I meant to ask you.
Yes, Mom.
Usually Thursday night is my TV watch catch-up night, but since The Boys, that season is over, The Acolyte's over, most of my broadcast television shows, the few that I watch, they're not in season, they're on summer hiatus. I'm always open to finding something new, and Thursday night is my night to do it. Do you have any recommendations for me?
More than we have time for, but I'll tell you, you know that I was on kind of a blaxploitation binge earlier in the week.
Racist.
No, I love that stuff. Okay, maybe a little. I watched Thank God It's Friday for the first time on Tubi.
Are you serious? You had never seen that?
I'd never seen it, and some trivia that I shared with Twala, but not you, was that you always play the
song
on the Metro song. With Terry Nunn from Berlin. Young Terry Nunn is one of the stars of Thank God It's Friday.
I did not know that.
She's so young you wouldn't recognize her. But the trivia part is that this is right around the time that she was a contender to play Princess Leia in Star Wars, and the role went to Carrie Fisher. So you kind of get to see what she would have looked like back at the time. That's pretty interesting. Also, the blaxploitation binge continued with, I'm not making this up, a movie from the 70s called Darktown Strutters, which I found on Fossum. Now, it starts off like kind of a low-rent, dumb comedy, but it transforms into something surreal and satirical and joyous and glorious. And if you've never seen this thing, strap yourself in. Now, if you want something more normal to watch, I suggest you catch up on House of the Dragon, because that's been a sleeper, and it's very good.
See, I could never get into House of the Dragon. I watched one half of the first episode of the first season, and I was done. And I like me some dragons. I just could not get into that. I enjoyed Game of Thrones. Didn't like the last season, but I enjoyed it. I couldn't get into House of Dragon.
I understand that, and House of the Dragon doesn't grab me either the same way that Game of Thrones does, but it rewards following it, sticking with it. It's really well done, well acted, well written, and just beautifully photographed. The special effects look just like they could come right out of your TV, like the girl from The Ring.
Okay, most importantly, is there a lot of incest in it?
No, there really isn't enough. Honestly, how could you have enough of that?
What?
No,
that was the turn off for me for Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's not a plus.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not very satisfying on that front. It's a lot of court intrigue with some occasional bloodshed. It's worth catching up on.
Court intrigue and dragons? You put that in a sentence?
Don't you mock me like that.
That's a question. I'm tuning in for dragons.
Court intrigue, though. That's what you're going to get.
There's some both. There are some episodes that might seem overly talky, but they build up to things that really pay off. There's one.
I gotta be patient.
The finale is Sunday. Okay, so you can binge it pretty much all.
Maybe I should just watch the finale and just hope there are a lot of dragons in it.
Just skip right to the end and hope for incest, Mo.
No, no. I don't.
What, did I get something wrong?
No, yes, you got a lot wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay,
I misunderstood.
In your voyage to watch the best black exploitation movies, have you seen Cleopatra Jones?
Are you kidding me? Of course, I've seen both of them.
Okay, look, I don't know. Have you seen Black Belt Jones?
Yeah, with Jim Kelly?
Yes.
Come on now. You're not dealing with some amateur here.
Okay. Have you seen Coffee, Pam Grier?
Stop wasting my time. Of course. Come on, man.
Okay, look, I don't know where you are on the scale of knowledge of these films, okay?
Well, I mean, he's deep into his half-black bag right now.
No, you're not kidding. I mean, it's a little awkward to be competitive about this with, I don't know, a couple black guys.
No, it's not a competition. I just want to know where you were in your journey.
I've written about them and watched them for decades.
Chuck Turner?
Oh, yeah, Isaac Hayes, along with Nichelle Nichols as a madam.
Wasn't she so fine in that?
Swears her mouth off in that.
And it was weird seeing her like that. It's like, uhura.
Oh, yeah, because she's an awkward swearer, and it makes it even better. No, Chuck Turner's terrific. It's one of my favorites.
Okay.
What else you got?
Oh, there are a lot. Have you seen Penitentiary?
Oh, yeah, with Leon Isaac Kennedy, of course.
Yes, okay.
You're not going to stump me on this one. I'm sorry. I'll tell you, I even met Fred Williamson once, and I'll show you the picture. It's on my phone.
The Hammer?
You're damn right, the Hammer. Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Just look, since you'd seen those other movies, and you had not seen Thank God It's Friday, this is how we're going to end the show tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Or Thursday.
Thank God it's
tomorrow.
Thank God it's I want to know what happened to the Thank God It's guy.
Probably lung cancer.
That's not funny.
It's like a smoker's voice. I love disco music. I don't care what anyone says. 4 on the floor, as they say.
For what?
Oh, the beat is 4 bass drum beats. 4 on the floor is called. 4. Boom, 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 boom. Not as opposed to 1 and 3. You have the bass drum 1 and 3 and snare on 2 and 4.
Oh, okay, thanks. I thought you were making something filthy out of it. Thanks for the clarification.
No, only you.
No.
Only you.
I'm here to report the news and give you facts. You're the one who puts all the rotten spin on everything that comes out of everybody's mouth. Please. Oh, look at the time.
KFI AM 640. We'll see you tomorrow. We're live everywhere on the iHeart. Go to hell.
How dare you?
Mood-enhancing, pharmacy-grade, stimulating talk.
KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere.